This massive meteor is going to destroy my hardcore world. Well, not yet. We need to build it first. So what we're going to need for this is over 250,000 blocks. So for that, we need to get a plan together. Whoa. Before we get into the plan, if you are enjoying the video, make sure to like and subscribe down below. Okay, back to the plan. We have broken everything we need down to 7 farms in total. So the farms that I'm thinking are the following: redstone, pumpkin, slime, wood, sand, honey, and deep slate. If we can get all these farms done, it will make everything so much easier. Because we have this massive item list, this is how many chests it's going to take to gather all of the materials that are needed for this build. Not including in this is stuff that I need to get by hand. On my travels during last episode, I did find a witch hut, so let's convert our witch hut into a redstone farm. So first thing we need to do is actually destroy the witch hut. We don't need it anymore. We're going to turn it into something that we need. So we break down the old witch hut and we construct this beautiful farm. The blocks needed for a farm like this is very minimal compared to the amount of redstone you can get just from a little bit of time of AFK. So after being AFK, to be honest, I didn't mean to AFK. As long as I did, I accidentally fell asleep. But let's see what we're at. Okay, I think that'll do. Moving on to the next one is the pumpkin farm. We're going to work on getting the glass up and smelted, gather all the redstone components, and make our way over to this hill where the farm is going to go. We're going to start with the first layer. Let's get this all prepped and ready, and then let's build up all of the layers of the farm. Then we're going to quickly build up a collection system for it, just connecting all the hoppers to a few chests, and that's the pumpkin farm complete. I don't think I will ever need this many pumpkins again. The next farm we're going to tackle is the slime farm. We're going to be using an oozing potion slime farm design. They are not too difficult, just a few redstone components. So first of all, we're going to clear out an area for this farm to go. We should have all the blocks we need for this farm already, but we just need to craft a few items. Now with the farm getting constructed and we're about ready to test, I need to quickly run back to my starter base from episode 1 and make our potion of oozing. I really need to move this over to the main area now. It's so far away. Let's grab this oozing. Let's test the farm and get all the slime. Okay, it seems to be working just how we want it to work, so that's good. Okay, I've used about 2 stacks of snow blocks. We're gonna smack our oozing potion on and see if this collection system works. Oh, look at all the slimes. They're looking beautiful. So all we need to do now is just drop down, give them a big smack, and then collect everything. Oh my god, look how much we got. I think it's safe to say we can tick the slime farm off the list. Next up on the list is the wood farm. I just need to gather a few materials and a lot of pistons. So a quick trip over to the iron farm, convert them to sticky pistons, make all the other components that we need. And I already have a spot picked out for this. I also decided to add on an item sorter directly onto the farm itself, so it separates all the different saplings that we need. So first of all, we clear out an area for the farm and we start building her up in the air so we can fit the item sorter underneath. A few sticky pistons on each side, a lot of glass, redstone, and then a TNT duper up top to blow up the trees. Now, after adding some minor details, let's give it a test with all 3 saplings, make sure the collection system works, and then that should be it done. Next up is the sand duper. For the sand duper, we need to go over to the end portal and destroy all of the end portal frames. There's a nice little glitch way that you can do it with pistons and TNT. So yeah, I'm gonna get these done. I haven't done these in a while, so yeah, enjoy. So with all the end portal frames now gone, let's run back to the base and grab all the components we are gonna need for the sand duper. We should have all the items we need for this farm. This farm is not complicated. With all the blocks now crafted and collected, let's clear out a bit of space inside the stronghold. I actually had a lot of trouble making this farm, and turns out all of the trouble that I had was one repeater on the wrong setting. Oh, I love Minecraft redstone. With this side of the farm now complete, now it's time for us to hop into the end. We're gonna set our spawn here and jump straight in because we actually need to make the collection system for this. The way this collection system works is the blocks come through the portal really quick. They smack the wall, hit the buttons, fall into a hopper. Nothing too complicated. That's basically it. And that's the collection system done. That's all that's needed. So now that we have this all constructed on this side, let's go back and give it a quick test. It seems to be working on this side. Let's just jump through. Okay, it's perfect. It's exactly what we needed. Okay, that's beautiful. That is now the sand picked off the list. Now, on to the next one. For the next farm we're going to be doing is a bee farm because we need some honey blocks for the final farm. This I'm just going to do manually. I'm not going to make an auto farm for this. We're going to go find a cherry blossom and steal all of the hives we can find. Oh shit. Ow! Oh, no. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little ones. You need to go. Okay, you're okay. I'll take you home, though. Then we're going to hop up onto the nether roof. We're going to give them a little glass enclosure. And then I'm going to AFK and smack them with bottles until I get all of the honey I need. I hate bees with a passion after this. 5 hours later, stretched across 2 days, we finally have the honey blocks we need. Now that we have the honey blocks collected, we're going to be moving on to the last farm. And then we can actually start gathering materials for this beautiful build. So all of the farms have kind of led up to this one. We are going to be making a tunnel board. And we're going to have to use this tunnel board to get ourselves over 90,000 deep slate. For a tunnel board, of course, we need honey blocks. But as well as that, we also need ancient debris. I think we need like 50 ancient debris or something like that. Let's grab all of the materials we need and let's get back to the nether and blow that shit up. I want all of the ancient debris. So like any other ancient debris run, we mine down, we mine a long corridor, put TNT, shoot a bow and arrow at it, mine all the ancient debris, repeat. And that's all of the ancient debris collected. We still need to get a few more bits, so let's head on back to the house. We have everything for the tunnel board. All we need now is dead coral fans. These are for the TNT dupers that are gonna shoot the TNT and then boom. We're gonna grab a few out of this. And we're going to let them dry up so they're actual dead coral fans. And while we're here, we may as well do the extra ones that we have because I have a feeling we're going to need them because I break things easily. We have all of the materials we need. Let's go on and head over to where we want to build our tunnel board. I want to do it right here in the middle of the trees just because it's a nice open area. So we want to dig all the way down to where we need to go and fill it all back up with TNT because I need a big hole. That is all the TNT that I have on me currently. So let's really quickly set this off. That is a lot of explosions. Clear out the top a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. I just need to repair the walls a little bit because the water kind of overflowed. And yeah, it goes all the way down. It looks good. I'm happy with it. Let's go back and grab some more TNT. I think the best thing that we do is we go around in a one lane around the walls, fill them up with TNT and then blow it up. I need a big area for this tunnel board. So I need TNT to blow this place up significantly for the tunnel board to be built. Now that we have an area big enough to house the tunnel board, we're going to get a quick floor down with a few lights just so mobs aren't annoying us as we're making this. And then we're going to go straight into constructing this beautiful tunnel board. Oh my God, we're going to get so much deep slate. So as we get closer and closer to the final farm we're going to be building for this build, it just feels great. So the farm has been completed. Now it's time to give it a test. It should work. Fingers crossed. I'm going to do a quick double check, make sure everything is where it needs to be. And then we're going to run it because we're actually going to start off by getting the deep slate that we need. So please work. Why didn't it work? Oh, yes, it worked. Okay. We're going to run this for a bit now. We have so much deep slate to get. And then let's plan out on how we're going to get the rest of the items. This tunnel board was a godsend, to be honest. I don't think I would have been able to mine all this by hand without going absolutely insane. I only had 1 or 2 problems with this farm as it was running, so it wasn't too much of a big deal. But towards the end, the entire farm started to break down. It got caught in blocks, everything. But we had enough by the time it fully broke. We have now collected all of the deep slate that we're going to need for this build. All of these chests are basically full of deep slate. So let's quickly go back to the house and grab a few materials. I'm going to grab a bit of wood and I'm also going to grab a bit of glass. The reason I'm grabbing this is because over at the area that we want to build this meteor, I'm going to get a little bit of a platform situated so we can kind of visualize on the blocks that we need to gather for this. These are the main blocks that we need to get for this build. So we have all of these we need to fill with deep slate. These ones we need to fill with stone. These we need to fill with cobblestone. These ones glass, but it's going to be dyed glass, but I'm just going to throw them all in the same chest. And then at the end, jack-o'-lanterns, which I need so much coal for. So we already have the deep slate now mined. Now we just need to move it all over, which is a pain. So we're going to grab our shulker boxes over each chest and just fill all of them up and start moving it all over. Let's fill up all these chests. And this is the last of it. I don't know if my calculations were off or we have extra, but there's chests at the back. So that's all of the deep slate now collected. Let's move on to the stone. So we don't need as much stone as we did deep slate. So we have our beacon. We have our shulker boxes all set up. We're just going to be mining. This is going to be, you know, thrilling entertainment right now, but it's something we need to do to build a meteor. My bad. I moved the beacon slightly closer to the mob farm just so when we do need to repair our tools, I'm not wasting wasting time because I have to repair this thing so many times. This shulker is the last one we need to fill up. So let's go down and get it. Oh my God, I'm getting attacked. I'm getting jumped. I'm getting jumped. Oh my God, there's so many zombies. What is going on? Oh my God. Okay, let's fill up this shulker box. Let's move everything over to the platform. And we made it back. Let's fill up all of the chests with all of this stone that we're after getting. And that's all of the stone collected. Now, let's move on to the cobblestone. This is only quick and easy. It's nowhere near as much as the other items. Let's just quickly breeze past this one. I didn't realize how much stone we actually mined out originally until I started running through here, because there's just holes everywhere. There's so many mobs. I am happy this isn't close to the house, but like, there's so many mobs. Okay, let's quickly just grab up the cobblestone while we're here. We don't need that much of it. We only need about 12 shulkers worth. So we're going to quickly fill up all this and breeze past the cobble. That is all of the cobblestone that we're going to need. Let's move it on over to the platform. With all the cobblestone now moved in, now it's time for us to move on to the glass. And one of the first things we're going to tackle with the glass is to get all the dyes that we need, because they're not very fun to get. So I'm just going to get them. So we actually only need like 3 different dyes for the dyes that I need. We need red, white, and black. So luckily enough, we have an iron farm that will be full of red dye. And we also have a mob farm that's full of bones, which we can convert to white dye. But the last one, the black dye, is going to be a pain because I need a couple of hundred of it. And I need to kill a lot of squids. So I'm going to go around and get all the black dye we need. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So yeah, let's get this done. I forgot these things existed. Oh my God. What we're going to do is we're going to run back to the vault real quick from last episode. We're going to grab our netherite nautilus shell, and then let's use the nautilus to get the rest of the dye that we need. Ah, here's our little vault in the wall. I love it. Let's get on inside and let's grab our nautilus shell. I like this build. I was happy with this, to be honest. I'm happy with the last episode. Where are we? Here we are. Perfect. And straight back out to get some more dye. This is my first time using a nautilus in survival. I have never used one before. This is interesting. It's kind of sick being able to just go through the water. I like it. Yeah, let's continue on our mission to get some more squids. That is all of the ink sacs that we need. So we're going to let our nautilus go. Goodbye, Pedro. And that's the black dye now gathered. We're going to finish up crafting all these bone meal into white dye so we can get them all separated and organized. And then after that, I need a couple of 1,000 sand for this. So we're going to go over to the sand duper, AFK for a bit, and get all the sand we need. Let's jump into the end and make sure that all this still works. Okay, it works. It works. I'm happy. I'm happy. First of all, I think I'm going to change this collection system. It's fine for what it is, but I need more storage. So let's just quickly alter it just so we can fit the sand that we need. Now that the collection system is big enough to hold all the sand we need, we're going to AFK for a bit. And after a long time of AFK, we have all of the sand we're going to need for this build. Let's grab our shulkers and fill up as much as we can. Now, on to the next thing we need to do. We need to go back to the overworld and we're going to make a super smelter because I need all of this sand to be turned into glass. We're going to throw the super smelter over near the other farms we have made for this build. So the super smelter we're going to make is just going to be hoppers connected to absolutely everything. Because this isn't permanent, we're just going to throw it into the middle of this and get this all set up so we can smelt all of the sand we need. We're going to need some powered rails and we're going to set them all up and get them powered to make sure that everything works correctly. Now that we have the super smelter done, next what we need is a way to fuel it. The way we're going to fuel this is with a dripstone lava farm. So we're going to run over to this mountain and grab a few dripstone. We're going to make a lot of buckets and grab lava out of nether. Then we can set up a nice, quick and easy temporary lava farm. Using all the dripstone, lava, and then cauldrons, we can collect the lava and basically recycle lava over and over again so we can fuel our super smelter. So now with the super smelter all up and running, what we need to do now is expand the input because I need a lot of glass and 2 chests is not going to cut it. So let's make this a bit bigger. And then we're going to fill up all of these chests with sand so we can kind of just leave this going for a while. So this was kind of my life for like 7 hours. I can't remember the exact time frame that this occurred over, but trying to fuel this with lava is very slow, but I do think it was the best with the resources I had available. But at the same time, this was my life for hours. So that's what I done. I stayed at the farm until all of the glass was completely smelted. So now that we have all of the glass up and ready, we're going to collect that all. And then we're going to move on to the next thing. So the last thing that we need to collect, the main blocks for the build, are jack-o'-lanterns. So we have all the pumpkins already. We do need to get coal, but first we need to shear every single pumpkin. So doing some research on this, I did find a way to shear them, which should help with time, but it's still going to take an awfully long time. So we're going to set up a quick room beside the pumpkin farm, and we're going to get to shear them. So now with the room set up, we're going to just quickly go over to the iron farm, grab a bit of iron, and back over to our base from episode 1. Because here I have a villager with Unbreaking Tree. So we're going to buy all the books we can, and then we're going to apply them to shears. I've never done this before. We're going to grab all of our shears, and back to the room we go. Now that we have our shears already, let's run out and grab some pumpkins, and let's get to shearing. This is going to take a while. So yeah, this is going to be my life for a while. Yay! Okay, now with all of the pumpkins now sheared and ready, all we need now is to get coal and torches. Then we can start crafting everything that we need. So, time to waste my life mining coal for the next 4 hours, or however long this is going to take. So that's all the coal now gathered. Now we quickly go over to the wood farm and get a bit of wood for all the sticks that we're going to need. Now with the coal and sticks now made, we need to put them all into torches. Next up is the pumpkins. So we go and get all of our carved pumpkins that we need. We get all of our torches, combine them all together to get jack-o'-lanterns. That's all the jack-o'-lanterns created. Let's move this all over to the platform so we can get ready to build. Next up is the glass. We need to craft all the different types of glass that we need. So back to the house because we already have the dyes, so it's all good. Let's get all of the red glass done and dusted and all of the other colors that we're going to need. And now with all the glass crafted and moved over, we need to grab a few more blocks and then we can start building. Now with all of the blocks now collected, we are about to start building our beautiful meteor. So to give this meteor a purpose as well, I've decided to put a cobblestone farm inside of it. So enjoy the time lapse of the beautiful build that is our meteor. And that's 3 weeks of my life I'll never get back. That's the video done. Bye!